A Course in Miracles. Lesson 28. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Today we are really giving specific application to the idea for yesterday. In these practice periods, you will be making a series of definite commitments. The question of whether you will keep them in the future is not our concern here. If you are willing at least to make them now, you have started on the way to keeping them. And we are still at the beginning. You may wonder why it is important to say, for example, above all else, I want to see this table differently. In itself, it is not important at all. Yet what is by itself? And what does in itself mean? You see a lot of separate things about you, which really means you are not seeing at all. You either see or not. When you have seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. The light you will see in any one of them is the same light you will see in them all. When you say, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are making a commitment to withdraw your preconceived ideas about the table and open your mind to what it is and what it is for. You are not defining it in past terms. You are asking what it is, rather than telling it what it is. You are not binding its meaning to your tiny experience of tables, nor are you limiting its purpose to your little personal thoughts. You will not question what you have already defined. And the purpose of these exercises is to ask questions and receive the answers. In saying, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are committing yourself to seeing. It is not an exclusive commitment. It is a commitment that applies to the table just as much as to anything else, neither more nor less. You could, in fact, gain vision from just that table if you would withdraw all your own ideas from it and look upon it with a completely open mind. It has something to show you, something beautiful and clean and of infinite value, full of happiness and hope. Hidden under all your ideas about it is its real purpose, the purpose it shares with all the universe. In using the table as a subject for applying the idea for today, you are therefore really asking to see the purpose of the universe. You will be making this same request of each subject that you use in the practice periods. And you are making a commitment to each of them to let its purpose be revealed to you, instead of placing your own judgment upon it. We will have 6 2-minute practice periods today, in which the idea for the day is stated first, and then applied to whatever you see about you. Not only should the subjects be chosen randomly, but each one should be accorded equal sincerity as today's idea is applied to it, in an attempt to acknowledge the equal value of them all in their contribution to your seeing. As usual, the applications should include the name of the subject your eyes happen to light on, and you should rest your eyes on it while saying, above all else, I want to see this blank differently. Each application should be made quite slowly and as thoughtfully as possible. There is no hurry. Lesson 28. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Come with me on a horrible date in Dallas, Addison, Texas. A restaurant called La Stella. The place? Stunning. The lighting low. Live band humming in the background. Dark, grown, sexy energy. Wagyu meatballs to start. Solid 8 out of 10. Branzino that made time slow down. Lamb chops that knew exactly who they were. Crispy potatoes that did not miss. A tequila cocktail so good it demanded a sequel. The vibes? Immaculate. The date? Horrible. One of those dates you block as soon as you shut the car door. Food amazing. Atmosphere amazing. Human across the table? Absolutely not. And right there is lesson 28 in the wild. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Because nothing about that sentence says fix the date. Nothing about it says try harder next time. Nothing about it says lower standards or give grace or ignore red flags. It says see differently. Lesson 28 is brutal because it refuses to let the mind hide in outcomes. It says today we are really giving specific application to the idea for yesterday. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. It says you are making definite commitments. And then it says something that makes the ego nervous. The question of whether you will keep them in the future is not our concern here. Why? Because the future doesn't exist. Because healing is not deferred. Because seeing happens now or it doesn't happen at all. If you are willing at least to make them now, you have started on the way to keeping them. That's it. That's the whole game. Now here's where the date comes back into focus. Lesson 28 uses a table. But the table is a decoy. The table could be a man, a date, a restaurant, a bad conversation, an awkward pause, a personality clash. The Course says, saying, above all else I want to see this table differently, is not important in itself. And then it asks the question that dismantles perception. What is by itself? What does in itself even mean? Because the moment the mind says this date was horrible, it has already decided. Defined, closed the file, labeled the man, filed him under past experiences, pulled data from old disappointments, projected it forward. Lesson 28 says that's not seeing. That's recycling. It says you either see or not. And when you have seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. Not selectively, not spiritually, universally. So when the mind says, this guy is a no, the lesson quietly asks, did you ask what he is? Or did you tell him what he is? Did you withdraw your preconceived ideas? Or did you bind his meaning to your tiny experience of men? Did you let purpose be revealed? Or did you assign one? Because the Course is ruthless here. It says you will not question what you have already defined, which means the moment the verdict is in, vision is out. And here's the line that changes everything. You could, in fact, gain vision from just that table. Just that table. Just that date. Just that man. If you would withdraw all your ideas from it and look with a completely open mind, it has something to show you. Something beautiful. Something clean. Something of infinite value. Not because the man is perfect, not because the date should continue, but because purpose is never personal. Purpose is shared. The same purpose the table shares with the universe. The same purpose the branzino shares with the universe. The same purpose the awkward silence shares with the universe. Lesson 28 isn't asking you to like the date. It's asking you to stop pretending you know what it was for. It's asking you to let meaning arrive instead of enforcing it. To say, above all else I want to see this man differently, doesn't mean keep texting him. It means stop using him as a mirror for old conclusions. It means stop outsourcing seeing to past pain. It means realizing that even a date you block can still serve vision. Because vision is not about better outcomes. It's about cleaner perception. So maybe the miracle of that night wasn't romance. Maybe it was clarity. Maybe it was the contrast that showed how quickly the mind decides, how fast it labels, how confidently it believes it already knows. Lesson 28 says there is no hurry. Seeing doesn't rush. It doesn't defend. It doesn't justify. It simply waits until judgment loosens its grip and the purpose underneath reveals itself. Above all else, not above comfort,
Not above chemistry, not above vibes. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Even this, especially this.